All right, pre-show shenanigans, Grant. I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but there was a championship game over the weekend. A championship game of roof ball. Of
The
roof
yak ball.
roof. I don't know if it's the yak roof. I don't know, but roof ball. Everybody knows, when you're a kid, you have a football, you throw it on the roof, you go and you catch it off the roof, and you throw it back on the roof, right? Yeah, that's a real sport. So they had the championship game in roof ball this past weekend, and that just made me realize everything can be a sport if you want it to be, and also don't let your dreams be dreams. If you were a kid and you grew up throwing the football off the roof, you can be a professional athlete.
All right, so just one quick Google search, typing in roof ball. Everyone at home, you can do it yourself. Just one Google search of the term roof ball. And first thing that pops up is roofball.org, the Roofball Federation. The Roofball Federation of America. So we're referring to the RFA here, of
Yes,
course.
yes, that's
Everybody
the
knows the
RFA.
RFA.
Yes.
Fourth largest sports league in the United States, ahead of MLS and ahead of the NHL, quickly rising. But I'm not sure about you, Everett, but I hear the N4SL National Foursquare League is also picking up
They're on
some
the
steam right
rise.
now.
They're on the rise
So,
right now.
real conversation. If we were going to have a youth blacktop
Well,
recess game, playground game that we could make competitive, I'm going to start off with Foursquare as my
we
nomination.
doing a little draft here. That's your nomination. If
Not, it
you,
doesn't necessarily
but
be,
I
but
just
I'm
say no.
thinking what
If
would be.
let's just say if you were to take Foursquare, like I can't choose Foursquare as my option because obviously that's the number
Oh,
one
oh,
option.
oh,
Like
easy.
easy, yeah,
Wait, no,
easy,
no, no,
right?
no, no. This, I don't know why this isn't in the Olympics. Dodgeball.
Oh well,
Why is
yeah. Why is
dodgeball
that
not
not
in
an
the
Olympic
Olympics?
sport? That would be yeah. What
Like, dude, dodgeball is probably the most entertaining thing to
thing to
watch.
watch?
At
Yeah,
I think back to like this little summer
kickball
camp
too.
I used to go
Kickball. I
to.
feel like kickball could be an Olympic sport as well.
My one question with kickball is I feel like it's just so offensive heavy and the game is just designed that you'll get on base when you kick
Well,
it
yeah.
that
I mean, tell me, is there a more
I don't know.
satisfying feeling at recess than just kick sticking the ball
No,
out of
I
the park?
kickball and just launching that
Oh my god!
like your Greg
In
Zerline, that's like the
in
coolest feeling ever.
PE when you'd have kickball day and you would just take that thing to the house, just out the park over. I mean, you and I will understand this over that the green wall that we
Yes.
had. Yeah, taking that thing over the green wall, legendary feeling coming around that third base, coming back to home.
You could say in a way because we had a mini green monster of our own that I always
That
thought
might, yeah.
like Fenway Park green monster. I just kind of thought that was a thing at every baseball stadium. Like, huh, where's the green monster at Dodger Stadium? It's like you dumbass. That's
It's
a
not.
it's iconic because there's only one.
But
All
I
right, you'll learn
mean,
one day.
dodgeball associate like dodgeball, Foursquare, tether.
Dodgeball, 1,000,000% needs to be in the
I was gonna
Olympics.
say tetherball
And
would
I
be an
vote Josh
entertaining one.
Allen as team captain. He would be an animal.
Just, I
Like
mean, the Stephon
Joe
Diggs, Kirk
Milton would
Cousins,
be
Justin Jefferson face off.
crazy.
If they do it in the NFL Pro Day or Pro Bowl, they got to do it in the
No,
Olympics.
straight up, I'm going the I'm taking them, probably Mookie also, like, just baseball players. Yeah, the American dodgeball team would be
Justin
elite.
Tucker. Oh no, dodgeball. I'm thinking kickball. I'm thinking kickball. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah.
kickball, yeah, no, Justin Tucker's cleanup hitter. But if we're looking at it from dodgeball, yeah, give me Josh Allen, give me Mookie. Oh, give me Ellie De La Cruz and
If
O'Neal
you were
Cruz.
playing dodgeball,
Oh, they're not American. Shit.
if your first pick is not Patrick Mahomes, just
I'm going
blindly
off
tossing
pure
that.
velocity.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking like sidearm shit, like Mahomes snake eyes. Like, come
I
on.
get what you're saying, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel
That's
like
just skill. It's skill.
well,
I was
just feel
thinking
like
skill.
when it comes to dodgeball, I think when you're our age, sure, sometimes you might have to change some arm slots to get some guys out, but if you are an NFL quarterback, there's no technique.
I mean, I
Let that
also would
shit
kind of
go.
think like
You're
Lamar,
about
you
to
need the
nail a
guy who
dude
just kind of
headshot.
runs around the field.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what
no,
really, what
we do
really should
want
be?
receivers too, because they'll
You know
catch.
what really should
We
be an
want
Olympic
receivers.
sport? You know what should be an Olympic sport that would be so sick? Capture the flag. Capture the flag as an Olympic sport would be
Oh my
legendary.
god! Wow.
Could you imagine? You have a drone
Yeah,
camera that
actually,
falls around and everything.
without
One
question,
flag, pull
capture
that,
the
and
flag is the
capture the flag.
most fun recess
Recess game. Yeah.
game, PE game you can possibly have.
I
Like that
legitimately think
and
every
ditch.
child.
Ditch is a different stratosphere of fun, but
every
not exactly PE. A little more
every
camp,
like
summer camp.
recess PE game that kids grew up playing should be an Olympic sport. Like
God,
that should be the
Olympic
bare
zombie
minimum.
tag around the entire city. Come on, come
That should
on.
be a bare
Olympic
minimum. Is
zombie tag. Come on.
every childhood recess PE sport should be like that. Everybody grew up playing should be an Olympic sport.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, would Olympic kill the carrier? Yeah, that'd be
That
electric.
might be.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that'd be electric.
They're bringing flag football in, so kind of close, but not really.
Well, I mean, yeah, like because shit, we did not discuss the breakdancing controversy with Ray Gun, but like because I probably should have known this, but whenever a host country hosts, they get to add a sport. We already selected flag football. I think we selected 3 sports already that we're putting
Yeah,
in for the next. I don't know what the other 2 are. I know flag's one of them. I don't know what the other 2 sports are, but we already selected the sports, but I didn't know that. When a host country hosts, they get to put in a sport.
Yeah, I
didn't
like
know
couldn't
that.
think about other
Dodgeball.
sports that
Dodgeball. Come
that
on.
have been added recently. I know the diving competition that were like the Chinese really good at this year was new.
I think it was like breakdancing.
But like I'm saying, like Rio, like I can't think of what was
Yeah,
new
I have no
Rio.
idea.
Like maybe they just didn't
like
add
Beijing 08. No idea.
Beijing, they
anything got
added the freestyle dive thing that they're like gross at from this year, if you know what I'm talking about. There's like a combo that just didn't make any splash. And
there's so many diving medals and China just wins every single one. And it's just like the medal should be weighed differently. Like a team gold medal should count more for certain things.
Like, as many players that are on the team should have
medals should have some weight.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But dodgeball, kickball, capture the flag, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
If you can add breakdancing, Foursquare can be in there.
Yeah, like I'm thinking specifically like capture the flag, that one I don't even know. Is there an official rule book on like how many players per team? I don't know.
There's probably
Dodgeball,
an official capture the flag.
We can just make that 6 versus 6. Make it pretty standard rules.
Yeah, there is dodgeball leagues. I mean, if you've seen the movie Dodgeball, I mean, you know.
That's what I'm basing everything off. Right
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just what? Wow, we're not going down a Ben Stiller rabbit hole right now. But I mean, oh my god,
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Dip, dodge, dive, dip, duck, and dodge.
Dodge again.
Dodge. I mean, that is an all-time movie right there.
Great movie.
I may or may not have just hit my headphone wire out, so I may or may not.
Yeah, I know. Great movie. Great movie. But yeah, let's make Capture the Flag. That would be I would be the most entertained ever watching Capture the Flag in the Olympics. Tell me France versus Brazil and Capture the Flag would just not be just overhead. You got the band sleeves on, the colors are almost like
also
soccer
just
kits.
To make sure. Just making sure. I've never played Capture Flag this way other than one football scrimmage, but we're playing tackle it.
With the flag?
Yeah, like to get the ball carrier. Yeah, like
the flag carrier.
Yeah, you're like when I was playing, I'm trying to make it a little more. I'm trying to add some.
It might
some
a little
physical
pizzazz.
differences.
I
played with flag football.
It most likely would be probably a 2-hand touch situation, but tackling.
Oh, wait, shit! Now that I'm thinking, capture the flag, the OP strat. You run to the other side, get in the base. If you get Josh Allen, or
if you get
Joe Milton.
I
and
don't
they
know.
just start.
Last time I checked, though, last time I played, you couldn't like you had to physically move it like on land. You couldn't throw it to somebody else.
I have a memory that maybe it was
I
just
never played it that way.
I
That was against the
I
rules.
have a memory of playing where you could throw it, but at that point we were all like second graders and no one could throw a football 20 yards and catch it with like
Ease.
confidence. So like
Yeah.
that's why it was like not really a thing.
It
But
was
I
like the
feel like
wiffle balls too that were sometimes used and that made it harder. But
yeah, I mean like I'm just trying to think. We got to make it tackling to get the flag carrier down. There's got to be maybe it's laterals only. Let's do that.
ladders only. That
Laterals
works. That
only.
works.
Laterals only. So you can't just throw it over once you
Yeah,
get
no,
in.
Grant. This sounds like we got to start a petition here.
We
We got
have
to
a
start a
pretty
petition
good
for
thing going
the
here.
next Olympics.
I mean, all I'm saying, there are many job openings for 2028 Olympics right now, and I may try to get on that committee.
Yeah, after we post this episode, reference
Just at minimum,
right here.
I know dodgeball would be entertaining to watch. Like
Dodgeball
capture the flag,
alone,
I
yes.
can understand maybe this might not
Too
be that
much or
entertaining.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just so unorganized, too many people. But dodgeball, imagine a gold medal dodgeball match between the US and UK. I don't know. I don't know who would be the other good country at it.
It'd be sick.
It would be Dominican Republic. It would be baseball countries. Like it would be the sickest final ever. So sick.
Japan would be disgusting at it.
Like if there was ever like a 1v1 down to
Going
last
down the wire
dodgeball,
for gold. Oh my god.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in for that.
It's a
so
it's a 2v1 and they catch the ball.
Yeah, now I think we should
Now
play
are we
that.
playing jailbreak rules though?
Yeah, I'm saying no jailbreak because it's a little unfair.
Yeah,
because it might be
that.
Like it could be your strategy. Like let's say you have Justin Jefferson and Josh Allen up, and they have 3 players on their team. The best strategy might be tell Josh Allen get out and let Justin catch it to get everyone back in. That's probably
yeah. Then just go on forever. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Okay.
But
okay.
I mean, I did not know where this pre-show is going to go, but holy shit, wow,
great.
The cogs are turning. I'm really interested in a potential dodgeball now. Holy shit, I may have to get on the phone with a couple of people.
Yeah, get on the horn.
But yeah, without further ado, that's gonna wrap up the pre-show. Wrap up the Olympics. You know, I would say the Olympics grew on me. I didn't care that much at first, and by the end of it, I was like, yeah, no, I'll pay attention 4 years from now. I know I won't, but I told myself I would. I know I won't, but it was cool. It is objectively cool. Olympics, it is. But without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 248. And personally, I'm officially in football mode in both ways. The Premier League just started today, but also I cannot stop thinking about real football, Ohio State football, Chargers football, Vikings football. I'm even thinking about you, Everett. I can't stop thinking about football. It's the only thing I'm thinking about. And so it's going to be a big football episode. It's going to be a big football episode, folks. I am wearing the Dodger jersey today. I got to like subtly let them know I'm still paying attention, but we're not going to discuss anything about that team right now.
Gotta let them just win.
Chalked.
Just gotta let them win.
Chalked, folks. It's over. There's absolutely nothing we can do to improve the product on the field. We just have to.
Can you donate your
sew it up, tie it all up, knit it together?
Donate your UCL. Give it to River.
I'll donate my right UCL, and in 3 weeks when another guy hits it, I'll donate my other. And 3 weeks after that, I'll give up my ACL because I think that's the best surgery, right? You put an ACL in for the UCL because it's stronger.
Yes, I think so.
So yeah. I'll give my ACLs, they're intact. I didn't get hit in the knees playing football. I was a guard, so no knee damage to me. You could take them.
Don't they typically go for the knees more when you're on the line?
But I'm not getting sweeped.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a fair point. Yeah, you're not
my biggest injury.
You're not getting Kirby Josephs by
my biggest mini pain playing football was my feet when my fat ass center would step on my feet.
That would do it.
That was my
that would hurt.
biggest.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
And no, the other day, my brother was saying like, yeah, I think I was wearing metal cleats when I played football. And I was like, no, you were not. There is no way metal cleats are allowed in football. No,
They
they
are
are not.
definitely not allowed.
No, they
They
are
are
not.
definitely not allowed.
No. But yeah, I'm in full football swing right now. I cannot stop thinking about it. But Everett, I do this every year. I'm gonna get it out of the way. You can go run to the bathroom real quick. My one Premier League update of the year.
Okay.
My
All
Premier
right.
League team for the year.
All right.
This is it. You'll never hear me speak about it again. But last year I placed 102,000 2,000 away from top 100K out of 11 million players
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
So I finished I finished top 1% of the world, which is my standard. I'm gonna get in the top 100K for the Waterboy faithful. And just remember, folks, do I watch a second of soccer? No, I have a life. I have shit to do. You think I'm watching that shit? No, it's so boring. Everything is purely based off of numbers. I'm looking at this like the statisticians,
Billy Bean.
Jonah Hill, Billy Bean Moneyball. That's the only thing influencing my decisions. And I've finished top 1% of the world 2 years in a row. So this is the squad, boys. Dean Henderson in goal. Alexander Arnold, Pedro Porro, and Gabriel. No Gavardiol. No Man City. No Man City. Okay. I'm not doing it anymore with Pep. No more. I'm done with this rotation. Sick of that piece of shit. Just start your best players every week. Damn it. Not that complex. Saka, have him in, even though I don't think Arsenal is going to be that great this year. Eze, GOAT, Jota, Legend, and Kunku, Killer of the Year. Watch out for Chelsea. Killer of the Year, and Kunku. Salah the GOAT. No Holland. I'm not going Holland. Too expensive. I don't have the money. Solanke at striker will kill it for Tottenham this year. Isak at striker, most owned player in the league. I don't need to tell anyone about that. And then my American king, Anthony Robinson at defense. That was the
wrap. Be a good clip.
100K finish.
Could be a good clip.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the soccer faithful will be tapping in on the TikTok. Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
How about a story? You know, if you were a story.
Oh, a story post?
Nothing crazy.
Just maybe.
Get it out there. But
yeah,
that was the football talk. Now it's time to talk about football. Football. We gotta start off with the NFL here. We'll save college for the end. We'll see how much time.
Make me do it.
I won't make you do it. I'll talk about my stuff for it. So the biggest news over the past week, Everett, involving a former Michigan quarterback, Jim Harbaugh, has offered Colin Kaepernick to be a quarterback coach for the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, fun fact number one, Everett. Did you know that Jim Harbaugh offered this to Colin Kaepernick in January?
Really? And he's still trying to get an actual job as a backup?
8 months ago is when he was offered.
Keep in mind, he is 41 years old.
I don't think Jim Harbaugh was actually going to ever consider taking Colin Kaepernick as a quarterback coach. I will say, though, a couple pods ago, I was being a little skeptical on the more so the offensive coaching staff for the Chargers. This could be a threat tactic, a fear tactic with the current Chargers quarterback coach being like, yeah, I'm gonna float Colin Kaepernick out there as your potential replacement. You better do a good job here, buddy. I don't know. I'm just thinking, what could this be? Because I don't think Jim Harbaugh was actually considering Colin Kaepernick as a quarterback coach. I also don't think Colin Kaepernick would want to be a quarterback coach.
No, he wants to be a backup for whatever
better
reason.
Off. Yeah,
he would if he. I think if he came in, he might be the oldest quarterback in the league, or like second oldest. He's 41.
Right? Aaron Rodgers. Colin Kaepernick is 41. No, he's not.
That's at least what I read. Let me double check.
He's 36.
Okay,
if he was 41, I was about to be like, dude, that just can't be true. Like,
I would have
believed it, to be honest. Like 11 years ago.
I would have.
At 30 was his second year in the league.
Fuck, that would have been his second year in the league. You're right.
No, wait, actually, I got that right. He was a rookie in 2011 when they made the Super, or 2012.
No, he wasn't a rookie. He'd been in the league for a year. Yeah.
Oh my God, no, it was his rookie year.
There's no what?
Yep. He took over for Alex Smith as a rookie. I just read it. Said in 2012, as a rookie, Colin Kaepernick lost to the Ravens.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, anyways, yeah, no, I think that if it hasn't happened by this point, buddy, it's not happening. It's every single year in August, every year we hear Colin Kaepernick still hoping to reignite his spark in the NFL.
I will
Dude,
say
I've heard it for the
though,
last 6 years.
if I was like a part of Colin Kaepernick's team, I would keep on trying to every single offseason. I will try to get somebody to report X team has had a workout. Like I want that every single year. Every single year. Keep Colin Kaepernick in the news, people.
It's just funny. It's like, I know we're coming into football season because I see Colin Kaepernick wants to return to the NFL. That's when I know we're back.
Yeah.
It's the marking of the start of the football season.
This is how you know NFL's back around. Colin Kaepernick makes a return. Vontaze Burfict gets his yearly suspension. The Cowboys think they're going to win the Super Bowl, and there's one other. Damn it, what is it? There's one other. This is like a decade ago. This is like a decade ago joke where it was centered around Vontaze Burfict gets his annual suspension. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Shit, I need to remember, but like, if you know, you know. Like, people either get that or they won't, and if you do, I'm happy I unlocked a memory. If not, go on with your day. But yeah, that's the biggest thing about the Chargers right now. Other big news I'd say for the Chargers, Justin Herbert is no longer in his walking boots. But my first thought to that is like, he has been injured all year. I heard from his injury he will probably be playing the entire season with pain. If that's the case, keep the boot on, dog. We're not rushing anything. Keep it on, babe. Herbie, we're all about you here. I don't want you to even think about pain. I'll
trade you. I'll trade you. You know, you could have your quarterback sit up the whole year if you want.
I remember like 4 months ago, people were telling me that the Chargers would trade Justin Herbert like and 80 first round picks for JJ McCarthy. So yeah, let's just do that.
Just kill us right ahead.
I mean, hey, I'll just say my last Chargers thing, I'll never forget. I remember hearing years ago, like 2 years ago, Jim Harbaugh just could not shut up about Justin Herbert. I remember hearing that when asked about who's your favorite NFL quarterback 2 years ago when he was at Michigan, he said that guy in LA is pretty good, that Herbert kid. So I think at the end of the day, Jim knows what he has. Justin Herbert is the most talented quarterback Harbaugh's ever had. And the goal is to make sure that he is the king and he stays quarterback of this team and can play every game. So yeah, I would also say Joe Alt, hearing better things with him at right tackle. I'm not fully like, oh yeah, we're about to smash, but like,
he's improving.
We're gonna get the pass pro down this year. Work on the running as it goes on, but we're gonna get the
this is a general rebuild. You know, it's not. He's got time. I mean, hopefully they don't kill Justin Herbert, but he's got time to learn.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's crazy what some of the odds are for the Chargers. It's like, dude, what? They're not gonna be a good team. So yeah, but Chargers update, folks. You're welcome.
Yeah, where do I start with the Vikings update? where to begin? I mean, yeah, very, breaking news with the Michigan men this week. JJ McCarthy is out for the season prospectively. No idea when I've seen reports that he tore his meniscus versus Bama last year. I've seen reports that he did it in the preseason game. Like, I have no idea because I watched the whole game. I wouldn't really know when he would have done that.
Yeah, he didn't look hurt to me, so I don't know.
Fine. But obviously it was bad enough. Well, in general, from what I heard, you want to do a full repair instead of trimming the tissue because like you can't get tissue back. But the full repair takes more time. So I mean, what I heard though, and what's kind of been going around Vikings Twitter for people that aren't in Vikings Twitter, is that the timeline is typically like 3 to 6 months, but it doesn't sound like it was that severe of like a damage. So he could end up being back around like week 10. Um, and if he follows the Adrian Peterson timeline, which by the way, no human being probably will ever be able to do.
What
Um,
did Adrian screw up the whole knee or just ACL?
ACL and MCL fucked up
Damn.
both of them. But and he had a so for
He
reference,
is built different. Oh my
Adrian
God. We got to
Peterson
write a book about him. Holy shit.
Adrian
That
Peterson
comeback MVP year. Woo.
Adrian Peterson had a full repair of his meniscus and surgery. A couple days. He had it in September. He had it September 22nd. He returned in the same season in December, which was week 15. So if he did that in September and came back 15, an average human being could probably be back by. I feel like JJ McCarthy could be back by week 15. It's up to whether or not the team wants to play him, which at that point I'd probably just say no. Maybe you play last week of the season, because there's no point in making him play those games unless you think he really just needs to have that experience. The worst thing out of all this, I know we had talked about, JJ McCarthy should sit for the season and all that kind of stuff. We've talked about that. The worst thing of all this is when you sit a player, Grant. What happens when you sit a player during the season? What happens when you sit them?
I feel like you want me to say one thing, but the
What
way
do
you
those
phrase
how
that,
do those
I can't
players
think of
get
anything you
better?
want me to
How
say.
do those players get better while they're
Practice
practice?
takes. Okay, okay,
Practice.
okay.
Practice. What can you not do when you have a surgery,
Yeah,
Grant?
exactly. Yeah,
Practice.
can't
So
practice.
that's the whole situation is people are like, okay, well now at least he's gonna sit out the season, he's gonna learn. There's a difference. Like Patrick Mahomes, people comparing him to that. Like Patrick Mahomes didn't play in the last game of the season. Patrick Mahomes practiced the whole season. So
It's also, we can't be comparing anyone to him. He's ruined the
no,
NFL
but
and quarterback
that's obviously
timelines. We've been over
we're just talking
this.
about quarterbacks that waited and took their time, right? Those guys got
Yes.
to practice on top of being at the game. JJ McCarthy, he'll get the analytical side of things, the logical side of things, he'll be cerebral, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to throw the ball. He's not going to be able to go to be in practice. Like it's going to be really hard. Like it's essentially going to be like he's a rookie. He's going to be behind all these other guys because he's not going to have had the same opportunities.
Oh, 100%. And if I were to think of JJ's Michigan timeline, how things played out there, let me check just to make sure. All right, yeah. JJ was not a massive thrower of the football in college. So he highest single season attempts he had in a season was 288. I believe that was over 14 games. So quick math, 288 divided by 14. JJ threw the ball around 21 times per game in college. Not not a lot. That's not that much. And it makes sense. You look at how Michigan played. I don't blame them. If I had that O line with their backs, with their style of play, I would also be running the ball as much as I can possible. So I can understand style of offense taken away from opportunity, but
Yeah.
I cannot look past that Penn State game where
I mean,
Sharon
just
Moore did not trust him to throw. Let me go
that's the one
further.
thing. But
Everett, I'm sorry, I gotta go one step further. I'm just gonna give you JJ McCarthy's passing numbers post
I
Connor
mean, Grant,
Stalions. Okay,
I'm gonna
first
be
game
honest. I'm gonna
post
be honest.
Styles. Everett, just hear me out.
Go
First game
ahead.
post
Say that
Styles,
one.
7 for 8 with 60 yards. Next game, 12 for 23, 140 yards, one
Now,
interception. Ohio State, 16 for 20, 148
Grant,
yards, and it's W.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I understand the point is, look, he didn't have that experience. Look at how his numbers were when he wasn't getting the assist or whatever. That doesn't matter anymore. He's played in the NFL. He's played in an NFL game. He's played in a preseason game. We've seen what he
But
can
but
do
he's about to
against
miss a
NFL talent.
year.
Yeah, he's going to miss a year, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be like wherever he is right now is probably where he's going to maybe regress a little bit, but start from. Like we've seen what he has done at a bare minimum, Grant. Keep
I
in
get it,
mind,
but
keep
I
in mind
mean that
at a
one
bare minimum.
preseason performance is not telling me
No, but
JJ.
at a bare minimum, at a bare minimum, the dudes that he played against, regardless of it being second team or first team or mix, are better on average than any of those teams in college. And two,
I'm not saying that. Yeah,
two.
I'm
So he
not
played against
denying
better
that. Of
players. So and then two,
course.
he obviously, went to the offseason. He had the offseason, then one preseason game. At a bare minimum, he's going to have all that again, too, going in the next preseason. So he would be at a bare minimum where he is right now, which I would say is better than you're implying with a 7 for 8 for 60 yards and all that stuff with post Connor Stallions, right? So I don't think that it's fair to
I
compare
just want to
that
point
to where
out.
things are now.
I
I
don't know,
get
I
that.
just
I get that, but I'm saying it's not fair to compare that.
JJ JJ broke 150 passing yards one time post Connor Stallions.
Yeah, and then he broke it
Oh my god,
immediately when he played
I
the
can't
preseason game in two
I can't
quarters.
get over this.
He did it in
That's
two quarters in the
crazy.
NFL.
Okay, but Everett once again
I,
preseason.
I look, Grant. I understand. I know Ohio State, Michigan. I know all that shit. I know Connor Stallions, but like in this context, it doesn't matter because it's a completely different
Well,
situation, a
I'm just getting
completely
at more.
different
He
game.
doesn't have that many reps throwing the
No, I
football,
understand that,
and
and for practice, obviously
it would have been
that's
great if he could play this
problematic.
year.
That's yeah, no, obviously, but it's just like there's a difference between that and being like, oh, he's not good. Look at all XYZ that's
I'm not
documented.
saying this is proof that he's going to be a bust. I'm just saying, oh shit, hey, this could slow down the timeline a lot. I think for him with how he was playing at Michigan, like, yeah, he's gonna need a lot of reps. Like I was saying, like he can make crazy plays. You look at that play against Alabama where he caught that ball like that is a holy shit. What am I looking at? That is just pure wow
Now
talent. Oh my god.
on
But then for
on
every
an
play he has that, he also just has a atrocious
not
interception that
specific
you're
to
just like,
JJ McCarthy, but just as a general thing, Vikings are obviously investigating potential quarterback options.
breaking news. The Minnesota Vikings have signed quarterback Matt Corral.
I mean, I like Matt Corral, but hey, I
That means absolutely nothing. I just
fuck.
like Matt Corral.
Well, this is literally where I was going with this. I was like, as I said, literally the Vikings are looking into other quarterback options. Obviously, I had heard things about the
Great
guys on the
timing.
Browns. I heard things about the guys on the Browns. Now they just signed Matt Corral.
You guys should
By the
get
way,
Joe Flacco.
I would fucking love.
Dead
I would love
ass.
that. I would love that. But
Go get Flacco.
one super fun, but I just need you to think about this. Just think about this.
The Vikings placed JJ McCarthy on season-ending injury reserve.
So he's gone for the year. Now, yes. I would just think about this with you. I know they just signed Matt Corral, but
I don't think he would make the final roster. It'd be cool if he did.
He will make it over Jaren Hall. I guarantee you he will make it over Jaren Hall. So he will be on the final roster.
Can't say I know much about Jaren. So
not good. He had four balls swatted at the line of scrimmage and 5 pass attempts. So not good. Not good. Not good.
I'm sorry. That is all on the quarterback.
No,
that is all
6 foot tall.
Holy
not good.
Shit.
But yeah, last time I saw Matt Corral play was in the UFL and he threw a pick like immediately. So that's not great. But
well, or XFL. UFL doesn't count.
XFL. But Grant, just think about this with me. There have been rumors from the man himself that a certain individual is still training in case he returns to the NFL. Grant, just think about this with me.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, finally gets signed with the team. Peyton Manning. Eli Manning. No.
Alex Smith?
Is that Roethlisberger?
Shit. No, is it Phillip Rivers still? Or is he?
It's actually Ryan Fitzmagic.
Damn.
No, just think about this one. Tom Brady signs with the Minnesota Vikings. If somehow, some way, they convince Tom Brady to come out of retirement.
Wait. I gotta first. It might take me like 5 minutes. I'm trying to imagine. No, I can't. I can't imagine Tom Brady on the Vikings. Not gonna lie, but
really,
No, I can't see
Why?
him in a Vikings uniform.
Could you have seen him in a
It
Bucks
doesn't.
uniform
I
before
can't
the
see him in
Patriots?
purple.
Okay.
It just something doesn't add up there.
Well,
I don't see that.
well, I'm just
Like
saying. I'm just saying. Just imagine the possibilities if you had Tom
I'm trying
Brady,
to.
you had
It's
Tom
tough,
Brady with
man.
Justin
Trying.
Jefferson, with T.J. Hawkinson, with Aaron Jones, with Jordan Addison,
I well, right now I
Christian
wouldn't be
Darrisaw
too hyped on Brady.
over Sam
It
Darnold. Excuse me.
well, I mean, sure, but like, yeah, I can't get Brady's last year in Tampa Bay out of my mind.
Tom Brady immediately would come
It
in and
was it was just drag city.
they still made the playoffs.
I think that was well. Also, I think I have this correct. They made the playoffs that year, but that was the only season in Tom Brady's career where he was a starter and was below 500,
That might have
which
been
in its
true.
own right
Yes.
is absurd to think
That's
about.
crazy. Yeah, but I'm
Absurd.
just saying. I'm just saying. Just thinking about it, like all off. Like I mean, fuck. They
I
just signed
would
Matt
honestly be
Corral.
more hyped on Flacco to the Vikings seeing what he did last year. Like
I
Flacco
also.
Vikings, that's a fantasy weapon. Okay, that is a fantasy weapon right
That's
there,
also why
and
I'm
I'm
like, they spent
enticed.
$10 million on Sam Darnold when they could have spent less on Joe Flacco or Gardner Minshew or any of these other guys, if Tyler Huntley or Jameis Winston. Like, why the fuck did we spend $10
Dude,
million
the
dollars on
culture
Sam
for
Darnold?
Jameis. Oh my god.
Why did
I
we
would have
spend $10
demanded they
million
make you the
dollars on
Hard
Sam?
Knocks team in season if Jameis was your
But
quarterback, just for the
also,
call.
I saw another room there like Derek
Oh
Carr,
my god!
Vikings.
Thank God in season is AFC North. We do get Jameis in season.
Unless he is traded. But I saw a report being like, yeah, the Vikings have knocked on the door on the Saints for Derek Carr. If the Vikings trade for Derek Carr, I will. I don't know if I can watch a game this year. I legitimately would protest. That would be the worst thing that I could possibly imagine. That is actually the worst thing that I could possibly imagine is them signing Derek or trading for Derek Carr.
Yeah, that that would be hilarious to me if that ended up happening. I'm just gonna guess no on that. Me, you
No,
know,
I mean they just signed Matt Corral. There's no way Matt Corral's better than Derek Carr, right? So there's no shot.
honestly, honestly,
Maybe. I mean,
that's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
you know that I like Matt Corral. I mean, obviously, I watched him single handedly dismantle my entire team when we played Ole Miss 3 years ago.
I'm
But
a big Matt Corral guy because he's Long Beach Poly. He's an LA guy, so I've been hearing about him for a long time. Of course, Matt Corral got into a fight with fuck, whose son was it? He got into a fight with a really famous person. Wayne Gretzky's kid got into a fight with Wayne Gretzky's kid in high school. So
it was on
funny.
Elite
Yeah, no.
11 with Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence too. He was on that Elite 11 season.
Oh yeah, no, in the Elite 11 with him. Yeah, I thought you're saying on 7-on-7 team. I was like, that would have been an interesting flight because T Law just started from Georgia, but shit, I didn't know that one. But yeah, no, he was in their Elite 11. Pretty sure DTR was in there too.
Bo Nix was as
I
well.
I don't think so.
No,
Maybe
he was there. There was the whole thing about his brother was on Elite 11.
really
I'm
20,
pretty sure.
17, 24. So I think it was this year. I think it was 2017.
Pretty sure Elite 11.
Oh, I don't know why. Oh well, not 2017.
Yeah, I mean,
18.
I remember that. Would have been like our sophomore year of high school. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But a lot of interesting movements going on in Minnesota. I mean, I wish I could say that I'm surprised that this has happened. I wish I could say that that this is abnormal for the Vikings, but it's not. This happens every year. This stuff happens every year.
No,
And if
Bo
you're
Nix, not that year after.
he
But
wasn't
go on.
with Trevor Lawrence and
Yeah,
Justin
no.
Fields, no?
That
Huh.
yeah, they're like just age-wise, I didn't add up. I was like, huh.
Anyways, though, I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Like Vikings fans never have anything nice, and if you're a fan of any other team, I do not care if it's the Browns, if it's the Bills, whatever. I know we all have you suffer at Chargers. We all suffer in our own ways. Nothing compares to the Vikings. Nothing compares to the Vikings. All right.
Are you coming out saying most? Oh, okay. I saw this the other day. Most tragic team, or would you say most tragic city overall too?
There's
We're
a
gonna
lot of
take it a step
problems
further.
with sports teams in
Are we
Minnesota.
going city Minnesota, or are we just specifying Vikings?
I'm just going to specify Vikings because, I mean, Lynx have won a lot. The Twins have a World Series.
Twins,
Wolves have,
Wolves, and
yeah.
Vikings. Them three.
Twins have a
We
World
don't care about
Series.
hockey.
Twins have Minnesota would care about hockey, but Twins have a World Series. And other
Fair.
than that, they've just kind of been bad. The Wolves have just been bad outside of right now and with Kevin Garnett. Like, yeah, they've had tragic things happen, but it's not on the same level of the Vikings, where the Vikings have always been competitive, but have either lost the big game, have like traumatically, tragically lost in big moments,
Yes. Yeah.
have these kind of
From that
injuries
sense,
happen,
yeah.
have hope pried away from us, like and the rug run out. That's the same thing. Look, the Browns have historically just been dog shit. They've always been bad, right? So yeah, you guys, we get it. It's fan base. It sucks that you're a Browns fan.
Yeah, that's
get it,
the
but
thing.
it's not tragic. They just have sucked, right? There hasn't been hope that's been pulled out from underneath you. There hasn't been
Yeah.
high expectations, right? Bills. I know that the Bills.
Yeah, there has to be some sense of confidence or excitement.
I know the Bills. They were really good at one point. Sucked for 20-ish years, and Josh Allen has brought them back.
Super Bowl losses in the span of 5 years.
I know that they have. So that's what I would say is the closest thing. But at the same time,
bro, that's bad.
At the same time though, they haven't been through the same viability of situational trauma the Vikings have been through outside of those two Super Bowls.
Well, I think it's 3 that they lost.
Okay, well, Vikings have also lost 2 or 3, I believe. And
yeah, but in like the span of 4 years. Let me get
the Vikings were like the same ish thing. But also, though, the Vikings have made it to the championship game, made it in the playoffs and stuff more than the Bills. Maybe not recently if you have recency bias, but the other like the Bills. I know you guys got injuries. I know it sucks.
It was 4 straight Super Bowls.
It was 4 straight. Yeah, that's bad. So if you were a fan of the Bills when that was happening, I have to give you guys respect. That sucks. That sucks.
It's a different stratosphere of pain.
But you guys have franchise quarterbacks. You guys have like Vikings. This year alone is bad, but Blair Walsh, Brett Favre, and Bountygate. We had another missed kick in like 98, 99. We had the miracle into just getting absolutely fucked. We had the Giants game with Ed Donat. Like, there's so many things that we have just dealt with, at least even more recently, specifically too. So like Teddy Bridgewater blowing out his knee, and then Sam Darnold doing well, Sam Bradford doing well, and then getting hurt, and then the whole season getting ripped away from us, and Kirk Cousins tearing his Achilles last year, and now JJ McCarthy, tearing his meniscus this year, and XYZ other stuff going on. So it's just like there's always something. And I would say the Bills are probably the closest team to us with an ability to understand that kind of pain. And I saw a post earlier today because Matt Milano tore his pec yesterday or today. Which, by the way, never want to root for injury, but Dorian Williams, next man up, Tulane. Gotta just shout out my guy. But just I know that he tore, like we can all just be sorrowful and just depressed together. We're all in the same boat. So nobody has it worse than somebody else. It's all bad.
Yeah, I mean, quite tragic over on Minnesota's end. In retrospect, now that you mention it, yeah, I mean, it's tragic. It's tragedy. It sucks. But my question is, Everett, knowing that you are the most tragic fan base, you're not gonna be a Frank the Tank ever. I know you won't. You don't have that in you. You can't be Frank the Tank ever. I'm pretty Frank the Tank myself, but I don't think you'll ever get there. Uh, maybe that'd be a
I
day.
have to
That would be
just
a day.
I
Would
suffer,
be a
but I
day.
never disrespect my team like that. I'll be upset and I'll be like, what the fuck? And I'll call for people to get fired, but I will never be the way that Frank is.
Oh, so you've never asked for Dave Roberts to get fired ever, right?
I said
Never.
the Vikings. And I just said I
Oh,
also just said I'll call for heads, but I'm never going to be
oh,
disrespectful
oh,
towards my team.
oh. Okay, okay, okay. I when you were saying disrespectful towards your team, I was kind of just taking that anyone in the org. I was like, oh yeah, that's my go on Laker Twitter, Ohio State Twitter. We're all disrespectful together against our fucking ass players, but we'll pick things up. We'll get things going. I am ready to go all in on Ohio State right now. But Everett, you got anything else in NFL?
No, I kind of said my piece.
Yeah, I would say anything else in the NFL that might be interesting. Oh
Not
shit. Who the Falcons just traded for Matthew
Matthew
Judon. They paid a
Judon,
third,
yes.
and right before uh Reddick got where'd Reddick go for a fourth? Reddick went somewhere for or Reddick went to the Jets for a fourth. Was that it?
Hassan Reddick's on the Jets right now, but he
Still
requested a
Jets.
trade.
Okay. So I know that Reddick was not worth a fourth. Or yeah, or sorry. Reddick's trade was less than a third. And Falcons fans are now bitching that their GM traded a third for
Well, you want to know what the
Judon
difference
when they could
is?
have given up less
You want to know what the difference
money
is?
contract. I'm
Well, money.
guessing.
No. Because the whole
Oh,
difference is Hassan Reddick was traded for less because one, it was a conditional pick. It was a conditional third. And two, um, he was traded because he wanted a new contract. He didn't want to stay in Philadelphia because they wouldn't give him a new contract. So he had to be traded to a team that would give him a new contract. It just so happens the Jets haven't done that. I highly, highly doubt, by the way it sounds, that the Falcons were going to do that because he also would
okay.
have cost way more than Matthew Judon would because they'd have to give him a new 3-4 year deal.
Yeah, I would also say like I'm pretty sure Red Sleeves was washed last year. Could be wrong on that, but I think he
Yeah, that's what it
was.
kind of sounded like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a case study on the volatility of pass rushers in the NFL because I feel like I've there's been many examples of just 1 year, one hit wonders putting up 18 sack seasons where I'm just like, what what happened here? So I'm gonna do a case study.
I have a
But
fire department. I have a fire department. We have a we got a cap alert.
oh, it's about time we got the sirens back. Okay, fraud alert,
I
folks.
actually do live
I've
across
been
from a
missing it.
fire department now, so
Good,
I now have it. We traded.
good,
We
good.
traded.
Okay, good. I honestly I miss the great men and women who worked at that fire station. I miss you all so much. You guys were amazing. But yeah, NFL. I mean,
Yeah, we
we're
can.
getting into the swing of things. We are
Okay,
ready
we.
to ramp up here. Uh, but okay, college football talk. Little okay. First we'll have some general college talk. Before I like start getting into nitty gritty stuff. But first things first. Connor Stallings is now a defensive coordinator at a Detroit high school.
Yes.
I also find it I love how Sharon Moore is coming out being like, I can't wait for my 58 deleted text messages to get leaked and revealed. Um, I think at this point, for a long time, I was holding out thinking, Michigan, they might just be truly think they're innocent. There might like Harbaugh may truly think he's innocent. Maybe these guys still have some dignity at the end of the day. No. I'm done. No. They are just the absolute worst frauds I've ever like the absolute worst. They're trying to play the morality card right here, trying to act like they didn't do shit. And it actually makes me not it is making me mad. But at the end of the day, I find it funny because I know if this was Ohio State who got caught, I know Michigan fans would not shut up about how their Michigan men and they would never stoop so low to cheaters like Ohio. I know they would. And the fact that they're doing it and acting like they're still this moral high ground Michigan men, that's what I love the most. Like at the end of the day, I know Ohio State cheats their ass off. Duh. Like how do you think we landed Carnell Tate, Brandon Innes, and Jeremiah Smith from South Florida? Duh. Obviously we cheated. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Ohio State doesn't cheat and Michigan does. What makes me laugh is that Michigan acts like they didn't cheat when they're just as dirty as the rest of us shitheads. We're all shitheads. We're all dirty cheaters. Not that's what I'm
Yeah, when
getting
you're
at.
trying to put yourself
We
on a
all
pedestal
are
above
dirty.
everybody
Yeah,
else when you're all in the even
that's my
playing field.
problem.
Just when you do an extra thing on top of that too, and you're
If
turning a blind eye, it's crazy.
if Michigan fans right here were sitting there just like, whatever, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I would tip the cap, because then it's like, okay, they can at least admit it, understand, but who cares? Like if they admitted, yeah, we cheated, but so does everyone else, then I would have been like, fair. But the fact that they're like, we didn't cheat, there's zero evidence we cheated to this day. Show me the rule that Connor Stallions can't be on a sideline. Show me the rule. It's like, there doesn't have to be a rule for that because it's fucking common sense. There isn't a rule out there saying, there isn't a rule out there saying you cannot walk up to your neighbor and snap his elbow in half and hit him in the head with a baseball bat. Why? Because they didn't think they need to write that.
Yeah, what about what about Myles Garrett swinging a helmet at Mason Rudolph's head?
Oh, show me the rule book that you're not allowed to rip a player's helmet off and hit them in their own head with it. Thanks, Blow Ohio loser. No, you idiot. It's so obvious that isn't allowed that no, they didn't write it in the crazy to me. And then you pull up all these Michigan fans and what they said about Jim Tressel in 2011.
What happens
claiming
when you don't
that
have
Ohio
a rule,
State?
Go ahead.
Well, okay. Yeah, I was just saying the amount of Michigan people I've seen online who today, right now, August 16, 2024, will go on Twitter and call out crybaby Ohio State fans complaining and we didn't even cheat. Those same exact people in 2011 were claiming the only reason that Michigan had lost 9 straight games was because Jim Tressel cheated. Yeah, no, Terrell Pryor's Nissan Altima is the reason Ohio State beat Michigan. Oh, yeah, his Nissan Altima is the reason they won. What are we talking about? If you can't tell the difference between selling your used game cleats for tattoos and then sending a coach in advance to scout and film the sidelines to get your signs, if you can't see the difference in that, not sure if this is for you. Not sure if you can contribute to these conversations.
Common sense is difficult for some people.
Don't think you can contribute to any of these conversations if you can't see that difference. I would just love to see all those Michigan fans, their opinions on the Astros sign stealing. If they watch baseball, I'm very curious.
No rule said that they couldn't do it, right?
No, there is an explicit rule now of a handbook. You cannot illegally videotape signs in advance.
Well, now there is, but
no, that was there when the Astros did it.
Oh, okay. So they can't. They don't have a leg to stand on because they're not going to be like, well, there's no rule.
Michigan fans will point to that like, well, no, exactly. Like, well, there was a rule there. There isn't here. What rule did we break?
We're talking about Bill Belichick filming practices.
It's crazy to me. But as an Ohio State fan looking out, though, I mean, there's nothing I can say. They won a natty. Even if they vacated it, that's still there. You can't erase those memories. So, yeah. Anyway, though, on to college football stuff. It's time to talk football. Will Howard named starter as expected. No surprises there. But this is the real Ohio State talk I want to get into. Will Howard, what does he have to do this year for Ohio State to do well? So look at Ohio State's defense. One of the most stacked defenses I've seen in my life. They've got corners outside. They have the edges. They have 2 edges. They have the tackle. They have the 3 tech. They have Caleb Downs, who is probably the best player on defense at safety. My only question mark would be at linebacker, but I've been hearing a lot of great news about an up-and-coming young linebacker out of Glenville, Ohio, Arvell Reese. Hearing a lot of good things about him. First young defender Jim Knowles mentioned when asked in his recent press conference. So I have a lot of hope for Arvell Reese this year. I would assume Starting linebackers would be Cody Simon and Sonny Styles with CJ Hicks rotating in. Most nickel sets, I'd expect that. But I saw some Ohio State fans playing around with a 3-4 look. Take out Little Hamilton, JT and Sawyer at 5 tech, Tyleek at nose, and then for linebacker core, Arvell Reese and Simon in the middle with Hicks and Sonny off the edge. That had me interested, thinking of a potential 3-4 front with them. I know we don't have that installed though, so I'm not gonna think about it. But considering that Baron Browning can now get pass rush pressure for the Denver Broncos playing edge when we had him play Sam at Ohio State, I think we should make the right decision and not ruin Sonny Styles and CJ Hicks' career. I think the only
it's also a question of how much
Ohio State's gone in.
It's a question of how much you trust Jim Knowles after last season to be able to do that.
Full confidence in him after last year. What he did compared to 2 years ago, and I mean, the defense night and day improved. I mean, remember last year, going into last season, everyone was like, all right, Ohio State, another finesse bitch team. Their defense sucks. Yeah, I mean, we can assume it's a Ryan Day offense. You just had CJ Stroud. Of course, Kyle McCord in that offense is going to look good. Duh. It was the exact opposite that everyone thought. Everyone was, Ryan Day can't build a defense. He can only score offense. Last year was a complete 180 flip. The defense carried Ohio State last year. It was not the offense. And this year with offense looking pretty good weapon-wise, and defense, everybody is back. And then we just added Caleb Downs. So that's pretty enticing. But yeah, 3-4 now. I'm not expecting that. I'd say we're done with this jack shit though. We're done with this gym. Let's just run 4-2 base nickel every single down, and it is over. It is done. But offensive side, I don't think Will Howard has to do a lot. Like if Will Howard can just no pick, throw the ball away here, Will. Don't lose yards. You know, literally, I want him to be the most system quarterback in the history of mankind. That's all I need out of him. Like, if he was performed as good as Stetson Bennett, yep. more than I need. He does not even need to be Stetson. If he was as good as Stetson, oh baby, I love you, Willie. Yes, but he doesn't even need to be Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, you just need him to make the decisions that last year's quarterback would not do. That's essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, Kyle just, I was rewatching some of Kyle McCord's tape and just my favorite part is all those clips. It'll pan over to Ryan Day on the sideline, just like, what? Kyle, what did you just like? And it literally seemed like Kyle McCord did not improve at all throughout the season. And I'm talking down to the nitty gritty, like a simple 3-step drop he couldn't do against Michigan. He doesn't know how to move in the pocket. It is crazy. He's a statue back there. Kyle McCord, that was my big thing. His pocket presence, how awful he was. It was disgusting. You could rip out his decision making, whatever, but that dude's ball placement, oh my fucking God, one of the worst throwers I've ever seen in my life. He was so bad at throwing a football. Holy shit. He brings nothing to the table. He's not smart. He doesn't have a good arm. He's an awful teammate, and his dad sucks and thinks that he should be the king of the world. So all recipes for an awful quarterback, all in Kyle McCord. Enjoy Syracuse. I hate you, Kyle. I fucking hate Kyle McCord. I don't care. He was so bad. And the fact, like, he tried to guilt people at the end, like, disgusting. Awful. I'll never get over that. Honda McCord.
Shit. Yeah, it would be a Honda.
If Ohio State had a quarterback last year, it's just like, damn. I'm not saying we're winning the Natty, but it's like, shit. Just
we got Marv for his last season.
Would have just been nice to watch. Oh well. But yeah, Ohio State, Will Howard, don't need to do much. Doesn't need to be Stetson good. I would say though, I am expecting a return to
Oh,
the run game with Chip Kelly.
hey, does
Uh,
Justin Fields still have eligibility?
I mean, I was talking to this with my brother the other day. He was like, "Who would you rather have, Justin or CJ to play quarterback this year?" And I said Justin because of the running potential in a triple OG Oregon Chip Kelly triple option offense with Justin, Trevion, and Quinshawn. I need that. But I was saying if this team had a better receiver, like if it was a JSN out there, I would take CJ because then you just be dicing everyone up on the field wherever you want to throw it. It goes there. But without like, we'll see how Jeremiah does. I'm hearing Carnell Tate's the best out of all three. And I know what a mecha is, but it's the rushing attack that I'm more afraid of than the passing threats when looking at Ohio State's offense. But if I'm a defense, I'm licking my lips at that interior line. Sending A gap blitzes all day on Ohio State. That's how you beat us. But yeah, that's the Ohio State update. I'm expecting the defense though to be crazy, genuinely crazy. I'm expecting 3 first rounders on that defense. And Caleb can't enter the NFL, so he will count him as the third.
Yeah.
We'll count him as the third. The other 2, I expect JT and Burke. That's it.
But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching this. Raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, pending to change, by the way, on YouTube and all podcast platforms. We also post on TikTok and on Instagram every week. So check us out there for exclusive content. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.